Buffalo plays in London for the first time since 2015 when they played Jacksonville and lost 34-31. There are few possible teams the Bills could face in London this season. Jacksonville is one of them. Which team would you feel most comfortable playing in London this season?
I'm going to say the Patriots, but I'm not going to reveal which team I think they're playing because I'm going to leave that until my mock schedule reveal because I don't want to give away too many secrets until we do that.
Makes sense.
But I'm going to say the Patriots is like, give us like a lame duck team. I mean, not that the Patriots stink, but I mean, a weaker opponent. I don't want to play like Rodgers or even Miami. I would hate to play Miami in London. The Cowboys. I don't want to play the Cowboys or Jaguars in London. So give me an easy team.
No.
Let's not play a divisional opponent that takes away a home game that we need for a divisional opponent.
The Patriots don't really count this season as a divisional opponent. They might get relegated to, the next lowest division.
They'll be in the USFL next year.
Yeah. Yep. The USFL winner is going to take the Patriots spot.
My team I want to play in London would be the Raiders.
Yeah, I was going to say the Raiders or the Broncos.
Ooh, no, I don't want to play the Broncos because then you're going to have Russ Wilson doing high knees on the plane again. I don't want that.
And they
for
were in
Broncos
London last
players.
year. Yeah, they were.
I think my teams would be the Raiders or the Bucks.
I got a feel for all the flight crew who would have to witness that for 2 years in a row. So I don't want to play Denver on a, and they're another team who's they could actually be a sneaky good team in my opinion, because dating back to the draft, like I actually wanted the Bills to draft Russell Wilson, to be honest, back in 2011, because the Bills, 2011, 2012, I got the year off, but the Bills needed a quarterback at that point. And when we traded up in the third round, I thought we were taking Russell Wilson. But, I've always liked Russ, Sean Payton. He transformed the Saints organization. I don't care what you say about whether you like him because of Bounty Gate or not. The Saints did not have a single Hall of Famer in their franchise history when he got there. And now they'll have several. They had like so many losing seasons, and he basically transformed the Saints franchise from a perennial bottom feeder to one of the better teams in football. So I don't think he has as much work to do in Denver. They got a good defense. They play in a tough division, but he's a good coach. So I wouldn't discount Denver as actually having a sneaky good year. So they're actually probably a team I don't want to play in London.
What do you guys think about Tampa or Vegas playing?
I think Vegas is a possibility.
I would play Tampa, Tommy. That's a good thought, actually, now that you mention it.
Yeah,
I think it Tampa plays this year.
What's that?
What's up?
Oh, wait. No, Tampa doesn't play in Germany.
No, they played last year in Germany.
I don't think they play in Germany this year.
Right.
They played the Seahawks last year.
That is a good point, though. If they did play last year, maybe not. Maybe the NFL wouldn't want to put them, for the same year. That is interesting.
But Denver said they would go back to do our international game. Sean Payton said that even though he played last year there, he would do it again. So there might be like a stipulation where they say, well, if you want to do it, we'll put you back there. So
that is a good point. Also another thing I will say is I saw something on Twitter a couple weeks ago that was a good point, because back in 2020, before the season was canceled, Jacksonville was originally slated to have 2 games in London. I don't know if they're playing back-to-back, but I don't know if one was home, one was away, but they were going to play in London twice that year.
Right.
Things have started to reopen now. So, I wonder if now that, COVID is basically, the World Health Organization or the CDC, whoever said it's no longer an issue a couple days ago or whatever. But, now that it's really not an issue and things are, basically normal. Could the Jags maybe be like a dark horse opponent to play in London? I don't think so, but I will put out the point that a couple years ago they were scheduled to have 2 London games. So they are one of our home opponents. So if they want to get like a marquee matchup and they don't want to stick someone like Baker or someone like Jimmy G, and they want to try to get good ratings or good quality game to grow the game internationally, maybe they want to bring in the Jags, Josh Allen versus Trevor Lawrence. I mean, if you're a casual fan in London who's never watched an NFL game before, that's a pretty good matchup, to get invested in as your first game. So as a Bills fan, it's not my ideal matchup, but I mean, it is an interesting thought.
That's an interesting thought too. I was thinking about that a little bit too when I was making mine. It's just because because they want to grow the game internationally. The NFL wants to grow it. So having the Jaguars, who have a home game almost every year in London,
right?
It would also make sense to have the Jaguars play the Bills in London, and then the following week have the Jags play in London for their home opener, so they can stay 2 weeks in London instead of 1 week and coming back, just to see how it works. You know what I mean? To see how let's say like the Bills have to go to play at London. If they want to expand to Europe, they can use this as an experimental run if that's their best interest of having the Jags stay 2 weeks in London.
Right.
Yeah. The only thing is, it was projected that the Bills would have their London game on October 8th, but the Jaguars would have their London game on I think October 25th or something. So it wouldn't be back to back.
Okay.
Right.
Well, maybe they wouldn't want to stay there 2 weeks anyways. I don't know. I know teams have also changed their travel protocols with London too, because now the NFL, it used to, they always have a bye built in there, and now they offer teams the option for the bye. And I remember hearing something a couple of years ago on a team saying that they will leave on Thursday, and that's literally when they'll get out to London. So they don't fly out and stay there all week to get acclimated to the time. They'll literally go there as little as possible, so the jet lag really doesn't affect them too much. And then they just play their game and fly back, and just continue business as usual. I mean, that's a good point. I mean, I guess we'll see. I don't foresee it to be Jacksonville personally.
No.
It is an option just based off of I know the past it was something that was supposed to happen.